What's going on today, YouTube? Gonna be updating you on some stuff that I've been working on, and just going over what other things I've been looking at. So, not too many things, but if you see on the screen here, I've got my GitHub for the Audiobook Maker pulled up. So I'm gonna be going over some changes that I've done in the Audiobook Maker and some updates in a video that's coming up for it. I went over this repository Voice Star, which is a newer model that got released that allows for longer generations and longer extrapolation for sentences, which is really good because you can train on, let's say, 30-second samples and still generate for sentences that are like 40 to 50 seconds with it still being coherent. So that is a nice little upgrade that can be seen for some of these models. And then we've got this other one that I haven't really gone to take a look at, but I want to go over it, which is this Vita Audio. And this is a speech LLM that is being, I guess, released. And this was released like early May. But they came out with another model that was, what was it? Vita, which was kind of like styled in the way that kind of GPT and these multimodal models work nowadays for audio. All of it is combined into one. The LLM, the audio, all the generations are just one large multimodal model. And so they kind of had a concept like this a few months back. I might have shown in a video sometime back, but it looks like they're developing and iterating on it. So it's cool to see that they have this audio model that has been released. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this all set up. I'm probably not going to be able to do it on video today. So just going to talk about Voice Star first. Then I'll go into the Audiobook Maker. And then we'll listen to some samples for this repository right here. Or actually, let's just do that. Let's listen to some samples first, and then we'll go into it. So I'll play some of the English here, and it's good. Not super mind-blowing or anything like that, but let's take a listen.
To be or not to be, to live intensely and richly merely to exist, that depends on ourselves. Let widen and intensify our relations. While we live, let live.
All right, so there's that, and we'll take to listen to one more.
The hair has been so little, don't think about it. Go to bed early for your hair. Good night.
And then we'll take a listen to a Chinese sample. Unfortunately, I don't understand Chinese, but to those in the audience who do, maybe you can tell me how good it is.
打南边来了个哑巴，腰里别了个喇叭。打北边来了个喇嘛，手里提了个塔玛。提着塔玛的喇嘛，要拿塔玛换别着喇叭的哑巴的喇叭。别着喇叭的哑巴，不愿拿喇叭换提着塔玛的喇嘛的塔玛。不知是别着喇叭的哑巴打了提着塔玛的喇嘛一喇叭，还是提着塔玛的喇嘛打了别着喇叭的哑巴一塔玛。喇嘛回家炖塔玛，哑巴滴滴答答吹喇叭。
But yeah, so that is this model here. Why why I'm interested in this model is because it's LLM based and it's multimodal, I believe, meaning it's able to answer questions while doing text to speech and doing like speech recognition. So all of those things are being packaged into one model instead of having kind of like a pipeline or a sequence of models to do all of these tasks. I do think that's where the future is for like models in the future, for better language models, so that we don't really have to do all these different things like do an LLM then text to speech. So love to see this being iterated on. And then for Voice Star, we don't actually have any demo samples here. I think maybe inside of his repository we can go to this one here and listen to some of the demo waves. But why do that when I actually have the repository up? So I've got the repository up here, and well, I guess I'll just have to run it. Where is we'll do UV run inference radio, and this should launch the web interface. And And then, let me see. What was the README telling me? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I can just inference it on the Gradio page here. So it'll pop open, and then we can do localhost 7860. And here we go. So we can upload some audio speech. We'll go ahead and just do Alma, Monster Hunter Wilds. Let's take a listen to this.
So, this is the Wounded Hollow. Yes, these look like defensive structures.
All right, let me get this last part.
Yes, these look like defensive structures.
Alrighty. Oh, I forgot. There's a transcribe button here. Let's just transcribe it. So we can go ahead and let that transcribe, and then we can pull a. Where the heck is the Great Gatsby? The Great Gatsby is nowhere to be found. Okay. Well, let's just pull. Let's just go like this. Copy this. Throw this into here, into target text, and then we'll go ahead and generate with this. So we're going to generate with their model that was trained on the 40-second samples. And then I guess while it's generating, I'll talk a little bit about what this one is. So, okay, it started generating. I forgot to say that this model is it's very intensive. So it was taking up my entire GPU, and so it's not too friendly to smaller GPUs, unfortunately. But I'm sure this could be optimized, just like every other local TTS has been. Yeah, let's take a listen to this sentence here. I probably should have specified a duration because the auto estimate isn't that good, but let's take a listen to this.
Any content by Vita Audio does not represent the views of the model responsible for any problems arising from the use, misuse, and dissemination, including, but not.
So that was, as you can tell, that one kind of got cut off. So I'm going to go and turn this to probably about like 20 seconds for this target duration, and then generate text to speech. Okay, so I sat around for like a few minutes waiting for this generation to finish. It took up like 80 gigabytes of VRAM, or 80 gigabytes of memory, so filled my entire GPU and spilled over into my CPU. So that's why generation took so long here for this 20-second sample. So yeah, like I said before, hopefully if a model like this does get used in the community, I hope the models become a little bit smaller. But yeah, let's take a listen to this. I'm gonna play it, and yeah.
Vita Audio is trained on large-scale open-source corpus, and its output has randomness. Any content generated by Vita Audio does not represent the views of the model developers. We are not responsible for any problems arising from the use, misuse, and dissemination of Vita Audio, including but not limited to public opinion risks and data security issues.
And so they do have a paper for how they went about doing this new architecture, if you want to take a read through it. So it's located here. And then if you want to try to get it up on your computer, I had to fork it to make it a little bit easier to install. So if I just go to my GitHub, we'll go over into the forked repository here. All we need to do is just run a few commands, and we'd be able to get this set up. So I'll go over that real quick with you guys. So you can navigate into kind of any area, and we're going to open up the command line prompt. And so there are two things that you need. You're going to need Git, and then you're going to need some version of Python. So we'll just copy the URL to our clipboard, do git clone, slap that in here, and then we'll go ahead and change directory into voice star. And then if you don't have UV installed on your computer, what you'll need to do is just do pip install UV. And so UV is a Python package manager slash environment handler. So it makes installing repositories very easy, because all you have to do is just run a few UV commands, and you don't have to deal with all these different package dependency issues and stuff like that. So once you do that, all you then need to do is just go into the repository, copy this line, UV sync index strategies unsafe best match, and then run that. it'll install all of the packages that you need. Mine is running very fast because it already has them cached. And here you go. You can see that we've got all of the packages that we need here, and we are ready to kind of run it. So all you would need to do then is just type in uv run inference. I'm gonna finish it with tab inference gradio.py, and then that would open up the local server for you to run at localhost 7860. So going to stop that there because we're not going to run it again, but you can then start running, doing inference, kind of just how I showed. But of course, you will probably need a decent graphic, or not decent, but a pretty large graphics card for this to run, just because of how much memory it takes. And then, yeah, you can download the models by running these curl commands here on Windows or wget here on Linux, or you can manually download them, and they have to go into the pre-trained folder. So if we go into voice star, there's this pre-trained folder. You would just need to put the models into here and then run it, and then that would be all it. So yeah, that's a quick little brief rundown on how you could get voice star running. And then last but not least, in today's video, we're just going to be going over some of the updates for the audiobook maker. I will be doing a video, a full tutorial, another full tutorial on how to use all of the basics inside of here, how to get all of the engines running, customized, and all of that cool stuff. But it's taking a little bit of time to get that all packaged up, make sure that all of the bugs are kind of ironed out of it. But of course, I'm a one-man team, so there's going to be some bugs in there still left over. So I currently just finished fixing a parsing bug for loading some GPT Sovitz models. So that's what I have here. So we'll get status. I'm just going to push them over into the repository. So we'll be able to get that up. We'll be calling this version 3.6.2. Here, let me go ahead and add this real quick. Get add source, get status. What else do we got here? Engines, input. Oh, we got to go into our modules, get that CD into GPT Sovitz, get status, get add. Alrighty. Convert fine-tune Sovitz. Now this file doesn't actually work, so get restore staged GPT Sovitz convert fine-tune Sovitz, get status, get commit, fix. So what I did here was just fix some of the inference process with newer Torch versions, and then we'll go ahead and push that there. Then I can CD out of that, get status, and then get add the package so that it's at the right version. Okay, so let's say fixed GPT Sovitz. I hate that. GPT Sovitz package for inference with custom models. So that should be up and ready to go. And then I'll go ahead and add the change log here. Oops, get add change log, get status, get status. All right, so modules, GPT Sovitz. It says untracked. Oh yeah, because I restored that file. Okay. GPT Sovitz, TTS configs. So that should be all of that we need, and fix some bugs. Git push. All right, so that'll push the updates into the branch that I'm working on, which is this 3.6 branch. So here we have it here. I'll go ahead and merge it later, which should resolve some of those issues. But yeah, let's just go over real quick, kind of what I added and all of that new stuff that's been incorporated into this Audiobook Maker project. So one of the big things is I'm trying to add some more text-to-speech engines. So if you're following along with it, I added the GPT Sovitz models into here. I think GPT Sovitz is one of the is one of the best models for local type of for like local dialogue speech. So for anywhere where you need the model to maybe have nonverbal stuff like laughter, sighs, it can do all of that, which is pretty cool. And I've got that now into here, so it's almost done launching. Here it is. So what we can do is we can load in a model or a name and then an audiobook text file. So we'll do this small here. Yes. And then we can select GPT Sovitz as the TTS engine that we want to use. And then we can also upload these models here now. So we kind of have this window here. Doesn't look the best, but it's functional. So AI models, GPT Sovitz, we could change. Let's do like Alma 2. And then we could browse for a GPT model. So I'm just going to use this GPT model that I already have here. I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to browse for a corresponding Sovitz model. So we can just use this one here. And then it's going to upload them as Alma 2. So I'm going to click the upload button, say file complete. And if you're wondering where that all uploads, it's located inside of the engines, GPT Sovitz, GPT models folder, and then the Sovitz models folder. So you can see we have an Alma _2 one and then Alma _2 checkpoint. So we've got our uploaded models in there now. And then we can change what models to use. But I kind of don't have an auto updating checkbox or drop down menu yet. So what you have to do, switch over to another one, switch back into it, and then you should be able to select it. So we can select Alma 2, and then this is a version 3 model. So I would select version 3, and then the reference voice, I already have one set up, but for reference voices, what you would need to do is just upload, go into voice name, browse for the reference audio, and then transcribe it, whatever the transcription would be. And then that would get that set up. So we can now just go ahead and start audiobook generation here. And we should be able to see it. So, I accidentally pushed the model with debugging. So I'll need to turn off debugging so that it runs threaded. But yeah, we can see that it's generating down here. It's getting all of those sentences finished up. The cool thing about GPT Sovitz is GPT Sovitz inferences fairly fast. So it's both fast with very good quality, in my opinion, and then we can play audio.
Lost and penniless. Those few words were all he could think of.
So there you go. The prosody of that one was pretty nice. Now V3, I don't recommend you use V3 because V3 sounds lower quality. So I recommend you use something like V4. So I would change the version to, let's say, V4 and then regenerate the chosen sentence here. What it's going to do is I think, well, unfortunately, yeah, it'll still use... It's still going to use the version 4 vocoder, which would make it sound better, but it looks like I have a little bug here. So that might be coming from passing an absolute path, which maybe absolute path won't work here. So let me take that out. And yeah, not too sure what the issue is there, but I'll have to look at that little bug there. And then for the repo itself, I need to repush it with debugging set to false. Cool. So yeah, I can go ahead and reload this. And yeah, I guess, yeah, I'm not going to show you all of the iteration and development that's going on here. Just kind of wanted to demonstrate to you guys, or just show you what is going to be new inside of this upcoming Audiobook Maker release. mainly that GPT Sovitz model and being able to upload voices, and then a few bug fixes. So if you want to see the change logs, it's inside of the change logs. But yeah, for the most part, that's really going to be it. So I feel like I've just been babbling for the past 20 minutes, but appreciate you guys watching the video. And once again, if you're a member of the channel, very much appreciate it. And I will see you guys later.